Hello everyone, this is my Terraria mod. I'm sure you all know that by now if you have seen some of my other mod videos. And I haven't done an update in a while. I'm still updating the mod, but maybe a slower pace. I'm just gonna fly by some changes that we've had since a few updates ago, because I haven't made any update videos in a while. Let's start with probably the thing you'll notice first is the Void Meter. It's a new damage type. By damage type, I mean like melee, range, summon, magic, but it acts a little bit differently. You move over to this Void Claymore, you'll see it's a void and a melee damage item. What this means is that it gets buffs from both melee accessories, so as you can see, and also void accessories. Start with the Blood Claymore. As it consumes void, my health starts going down. That's the main gimmick of Void, is that you don't want it to drop low. So although these items are immensely powerful for the stage of the game in which you obtain them, they are dangerous to use. The best way to get rid of these effects is this item, which increases Void regen by a large amount by yielding you Blood Essence. The Blood Essence upon entering your inventory will refill your Void if it's too low. So you get the stockpile in the ammo section, and as soon as you run out of void for your void weapon, it drains the ammo. There are also projectiles that are void. These projectiles are quite strong. If I were to take a gun or a bow, I'll just take the wooden bow to show you how much better it is than normal arrows. The wooden bow now becomes a formidable weapon. How is a projectile able to be void without any drawbacks? Well, there's a drawback. These come in very low quantities, and it consumes void to refill its ammo. So basically you have endless ammo at the cost of some void. It also will decay while in the inventory, meaning that just having these in the inventory costs void. And similarly, these two weapons, which I'll get to later, also consume void while in the inventory. Hungry Hunter, this is a boss drop from the Wall Flash. You may notice that while it's in my inventory, it increases my max void. And this actually stacks for each Hungry Hunter that you have in your inventory, so feel free to stockpile these if you want more max void, although that won't increase your void regeneration speed. What will though is hitting an enemy of this. It will latch on similar to the Piranha Gun. These are the jellyfish stabs. This is a drop from pink jellyfish or fished in the ocean. This is a drop from blue jellyfish or fished underground. This is an upgrade of them, and this is a further upgrade. The pink jellyfish staff will shoot out 3 little projectiles. You'll notice it's not void, and these will chain from one slime to another. This makes it quite strong, but its main drawback is it's very inaccurate. The blue is quite the opposite. It's very strong because of how accurate it is, though it doesn't go very far. As you can see, its damage is quite respectable, but after a bit, it'll explode into some inaccurate bolts. These ones will not ricochet between enemies. Purple staff is just an upgraded version. As you can see, it's much more accurate, and the green is a further upgraded version. These two are void weapons. Spawn now spawns with a challenge barrel. You can activate challenges to make your game harder. I'm not going to show these off. I want you to find them out on your own, and it'll take too much time. So this is just a simple generated structure that will spawn in your world. In addition though, we have some new structures. This is the ice altar. You'll notice if you have a frost key here, you can summon something. This is where the ice boss is. So the ice boss also received a massive rework. If you saw my first video, I think, or my first few videos on the mod, you'll know that this boss is absolutely horrendous. Looked disgusting. Its AI was trash. But now we have an actual boss. It still has the same look, but its AI is much different, and it's still a bullet hell. So you'll have to be able to beat that. I'm just not going to attack it, but I'm going to show you its AI for a bit. Okay, so that's the ice boss. Next, I want to go over some changes to things I've shown in previous videos. Well, I guess I'm pretty much doing that anyway. Here's the Planetarium biome. It has received quite the overhaul. It's quite large now, and a suitable arena. We're having some bugs with the ethereal entity boss not spawning, so with the amount of islands here, it should spawn more efficiently now. It's these two items in my inventory, the infector chest and the transmutation chest. Previously, you'd right click this to delete nearby items, turn them into infectants, and this one, which doesn't have an icon, I'll have to fix that. This chest, it was a vacuum chest. Wow, that has been changed. I've removed the vacuum chest. Both of these have been changed because they didn't really work well in multiplayer. I'm going to take a look at them now. Infector chest is quite simple. You put in an item and it converts it into alpha virus. All items have values, and then this allows you to replicate items. So if I, for example, had this copper sword that I really wanted to give to a friend, you would put it in the bottom right. It would tell you that it costs this much alpha virus to start duplicating. It tells you how much your inventory has, and boom. Any other slot in the chest is fine. Every slot in this chest, however, will convert. This one you can use for storage. If you, say, have your copper sword and you're like, man, I duplicate this so often, I may as well have it in this chest for when I'm ready. Next we have the legendary weapons. These were very busted before. They're still busted. They're still very overpowered, but we have underwent some changes with them. Now they level up 25 times. It's reliant on boss checklists, which my mod is now compatible with, thanks to someone's request. These are the two new ones, and these are the old ones. I think I'm missing one. Okay, now we have all of them. These are all right now at level 1, or 0 rather. You'll notice that they are all strong, but not the greatest. This one, though, very good. Insignias, very good. Consumes a lot of void, though. You'll want to be careful with that. This is good damage, but it's hard to use. It's Morningstar. This is an accessory one. Atomic Conductor. This is my summoning one. Can charge up a summon. It won't take any summon slots, but the longer you charge it up, the longer it will last. You can charge it up a bit farther, and you can get a bow. Next we have the Pulverizer. This is a charged weapon similar to the Condenser, because I wanted to experiment with those. Consumes a lot of void while charging, but if you release it, it'll clap enemies. It serves as a near insta-kill. As you can see though, drains a lot of health. Luckily I'm in God mode. If it charges all the way, it'll release itself, and you can just mash click it if you really want to. Well, upon killing an enemy, you get a ton of blood essence, meaning that it pays for itself quite well. And if you want, you can even unleash a long range attack with your right click. I'll have this little reticle. I'll slowly expand. You can release it when it's closer, but the damage will be less, and so will the range. So you can extend it all the way out. Fire down your enemies. This is probably its strongest feature. This weapon scales in damage very slow compared to the rest of them. You'll see what I mean after I level up 5 times. You can see 25, while this went to 19, 30, 60, 22, 40. I'll start with Pulverizer again. Charges much faster, and its laser does too. Atomic Condenser does more damage, charges faster. And I'll take this opportunity to show you the tier 3 Gatling gun, which can be summoned at lower levels. Morningstar does a little extra damage. You can double tap down and send it to your cursor. And also, it gets a little rotating beam, which will fire at multiple nearby enemies at the same time. And it also reflects projectiles. Insignias does slightly more damage, etc. Now I don't want to go over all of these, so I'm just going to skip to their level 25s. Let's go to the max level. Zephyr Zeppelin moves faster, has longer range, shoots more projectiles. Thunderstruck Shortbow, longer range, shoots more projectiles. Insignias its paralyzation time is less, and its damage is absolutely ridiculous. It's going to be hard to land in a boss fight, though, because it's quite slow. Warning Star, it's 8 rotator beams, but keep in mind it is an accessory. Atomic Conductor goes hell a lot faster, and I'll use this opportunity to show you the staff, which is just a stronger Gatling gun. Attacks faster, and well, I don't know what to call this, but it's a summon staff. It'll just summon apparitions for you, which is quite useful, because you can just hold down your left click button. Pulverizer charges a lot faster and gains additional range. Wow, look at that. Quite useful to farm blood essence with. And likewise, its laser is just extremely fast. And those are pretty much the main changes. I'm still working on the mod, so you're gonna have to be patient with me. Man, this is a really pitiful dungeon. Holy shit.